Oil pastels are versatile, and with a little effort you can really get some nice results. But if your oil pastels refuse to blend, feel impossible to layer, or just never seem to turn out right, it might not actually be your technique. It might just be your paper. Today, I'm testing cheap household papers. And some everyday papers surprised me. Oil pastels themselves are versatile. You can use them on canvas, wood, glass, and of course paper. We're going to test out a whole variety in order to understand them so as to avoid abandoned drawings and frustration. This is the first video in a 4-part series on my favorite budget-friendly pastel papers. Later in the series, we'll make our own pastel surfaces from scratch. Today I'm using Faber-Castell oil pastels. They're reasonably priced, not too soft and not too hard, and they sit in a really nice middle ground between harder budget pastels like Pastel and softer ones like Crayola. Now I want every paper to go through the exact same test. So in order to test all my everyday household papers, I'm going to create a template. This template will consist of space for gradations, heavy layering, color blending, and finger blending. I'm testing these areas because sometimes a paper looks fantastic for one technique and completely falls apart for another. So first up, the legendary printer paper. Thin, flimsy, flexible. Honestly, not something most people would ever recommend for oil pastels. But can it still work? Let's find out. First, always remember to label your test, which materials were created on which kind of paper. First, we'll do our gradations, light to dark, just to see how it handles light applications to intense ones. Not bad. We've managed to get a good gradation. No complaints here. Now for some heavy layering. Okay, now we're 6 layers in. This actually isn't terrible. Honestly, I expected much worse for this printer paper. The build-up is holding surprisingly well. Now let's try gradation from one color to another color and see how that works. Look at this. For a thin, smooth paper, the results are not bad. Not bad at all. Now for the real test. Now for the finger blending. This is usually where weak paper reveals itself, because a paper can look perfectly fine with flat color, but once you start blending, everything changes. That's one of the biggest issues with thinner papers. They can't handle the pressure or aggressive blending very well. Look at that. Not good. I'm going to use the exact same swatch template across all papers, but instead of showing every single demo in full, let's compare the results side by side. Now, black cardstock. Pastels were made for colored paper, and you can rarely go wrong with black cardstock. The colors just pop. Now, blending can be tricky, but visually this paper is dramatic. We'll get nice shades and color mixing, but remember, not all cardstocks are the same. And always remember to swatch and test your paper before you complete your finished work. Even with this cardstock, finger blending is a little iffy. Next up, regular sketchbook paper. This is probably the kind of paper that most people already own. And this might be the strongest everyday option overall. It has a slight texture, decent for layering and color buildup. Remember, just like any other paper, not all sketchbook papers are the same. Now let's look at Bristol board, or what is sometimes called poster paper. And remember, these papers will vary according to manufacturer. Some of these papers have very shiny sides, and you must avoid drawing on this side at all cost. Oil pastel needs texture to grip onto. The pigment is sliding around on the surface instead of gripping onto it. Look at that. Messy, patchy. Now compare that smooth side to the textured side. Huge difference. Better layering, better blending, better gradation, and honestly, that tiny bit of texture changes everything. So here we are, everyday papers, all tested using the exact same template until blending exposed all their weaknesses. Printer paper, good enough for rough ideas and testing, but weak for blending. Regular sketchbook paper, again, probably the best everyday choice overall. Most cardstock papers hold pastels really well. But black cardstock paper, if you want a bit of pop, then this is the paper to use. Now here's an extra bonus paper. It's the greyish white sketchbook paper. It has a soft grain and holds pastels really well. Now these papers may not all be archival or gallery quality, but some of them are perfect for experimentation, practice, learning your materials, and simply getting started. Because sometimes we wait for the perfect supplies before we begin. But honestly, you probably already have enough to start creating today. Just start. Hope this helps you experiment with what you already have at home. Stay tuned for part 2, where we look at inexpensive mixed media and watercolor papers for oil pastels. Happy creating. Much love. Peace.